A pleasant evening to everyone. Hello to our Facebook and YouTube viewers and participants. Welcome to the StackLeague PWA Pilipinas Learning Web Development Top Down. I am May and I will be your host for tonight's event. I would like to remind everyone that if you have any questions regarding StackLeague or anything about the session, you can type them in the comment section and we'll address them later at the Q&A session. So I know we are all excited for today, but before anything else, before we dive into tonight's session, we would like to give you an overview of Stack League. Casey, our growth associate, will help me with that. Take it away, Casey.
Thank you, May, and good evening, everyone. Again, I am Casey. I will be sharing with you what Stack League is all about, especially if this is your first time hearing about the league. Now, first and foremost, what is Stack League? So, Stack League is the Philippines' largest programming league, and our mission here is to develop programming leaders that inspire a nation into coding. Now, this tournament is powered by StackTrek's fully automated talent analytics and assessment platform. Now we are in our second competitive year, and Stack League wouldn't be possible without the support of our partners. We are very fortunate to be supported by the top companies in the industry. We have our silver sponsor, Coding Chiefs. And bronze sponsors Microsoft, Deltec Systems, Apper.ph, and Recruit Day. We also have our media partners, and here are they. We have Spark Up, Apps Gadget, What's Up Pilipinas, Corner Magazine PH, Androidist, Megabytes, Backend News, Bluewing, and Manila Republic. Of course, the same goes for our community partners who help the league reach as many programmers in the country as possible. And here they are. Now, let's go to our league highlights. So, what do you get? What benefits do you get in joining Stack League? Now, this pioneering programmer league was launched last year, March 16, and is now gathering over 10,000 tech talents across the country to test their leadership, perseverance, and coding acuity with the promise of nationwide recognition, lots of prizes, thousands of tech job opportunities, and like this one, access to invitation only events. Now, the league's year round cash prize pool is now at 10 million pesos in the duration of the whole competition. So, this is the pot where we get all our prizes from. And let's proceed to the next one. One of the highlights in Stack League is the weekly stack race. This is for both the individuals and the team categories. And each week, the top 10 challengers and the top three teams are announced all across Stack League's social media platforms to recognize the players or the challengers who stayed on the top or on top of the rankings. Now, apart from this, we also have the Stack League featured programmer campaign. So, for this one, the weekly top 10 challengers are going to be featured on Stack League's website, and this will also be shared across our social media channels as well. Now, Stack League will also be hosting numerous tech and career sessions like this one, tech session like this one, all throughout the year. And aside from this, there are also exclusive training available for ranking up to the next challenger levels. And of course, these events and training are all for free. So we hope you will be able to leverage on these opportunities. Now, we also have here the Stack League Ambassador Program. So, this one is a year round initiative to reward Stack League challengers who go beyond the competition and inspire the nation into coding. To tell you more about the Stack League Ambassador Program, here is a short clip for you. All right, so that's for sorry, that's for the StackLeague Ambassador program. And we would like to congratulate Dominic Lopez for being the StackLeague Ambassador for February, winning the 3,000 pesos cash prize and the StackLeague t-shirt. Now, if you want to be the next StackLeague Ambassador and win the cash prize and t-shirt, the program is now open for March. We are already halfway through March, actually. So you can find the full mechanics at our website, or you can go to bit.ly/StackLeague Ambassador 2022. Now, let's continue to the ranking system and the competition itself. Now, there are five supported programming languages in StackLeague. We have Java, JavaScript, Python, C Sharp, and PHP. And this is how the ranking system works. So after signing up, you start at the bottom with 0 points, and all you need to do is solve as many challenges as you can. And you will be able to learn the corresponding points. So the more points you earn, the higher your ranking goes. And once you have enough accumulated points, you can now get to the next level challenges where more opportunities are unlocked for you to access. So the goal here is to really level up until gold level. So we have three challenger levels here. We have the bronze, silver, and gold levels. Now, the new thing about this year is that we will be giving prizes for those who unlock the challenger level. So whenever you unlock bronze, you will receive 100 pesos. Whenever you unlock silver, that's another 100 pesos. And if you unlock gold level, you will receive the 300 pesos cash prize. So that's for the challenger level up. Now we also have here the Stack League team category. So what is this about? We have the Stack League treasure chest team category, and each winning team will receive 1,500 pesos cash prize, and this is officially opened from February 22 and will end on March 26. So if we have the team category, then we also have the individual category. Now, this one for the individual category, the weekly top 10 challengers will receive the 500 pesos cash prize, and this is officially open from February 22 up until March 26th. So make sure you earn more points so you can land in the top 10. Now, as we are approaching the end of the Stack League Treasure Chest individuals, we are very excited to announce the Stack League playoffs. This is kicking off earlier this year, starting this March. Now, Stack League playoffs is a single elimination tournament featuring the monthly qualifiers, where all the weekly top 10 Stack League challengers will automatically be invited to the monthly qualifier rounds. So all you have to do is to land at least once in the weekly top 10. Then you will get an invitation to join the monthly qualifiers. And our first monthly qualifier will be this March 26th. And for our prizes, the monthly qualifier top one will receive 5,000 pesos, and the top two will receive 3,000 pesos cash prizes. Now, both the top two winners here will then advance to the qualifier pool. So again, the first monthly qualifier round will be on March 26th. That's on Saturday at 1 p.m. And for the next succeeding qualifier rounds, this will also fall on the last Saturday of the month. If you want to read more about the mechanics, you can go to our website or visit bit.ly/StackLeague Playoffs 2022. Again, bit.ly/StackLeague Playoffs 2022. And that's it for the overview of Stack League. Just a quick but very important reminder that as a year round tournament, Stack League is looking for the best challengers that can stay up in the ranks and become programming leaders for the long haul. So that's all for me. Thank you very much and see you in the league. Back to you, May.
All right. So thank you, Casey, for giving a short introduction of Stack League. So I know we are all ready for tonight's session. So let's not delay any further. PWA Pilipinas is a community for progressive web app enthusiasts, developers, and designers in the Philippines. Our resource speaker for this tech session is currently a community lead at PWA Pilipinas, the community for progressive web app makers and users. He is also a cloud engineering and at Senti AI. So let's give a warm welcome to Mr. Andresito de Guzman.
Hello, everyone. Okay, so um, so once again, I'm Andresito de Guzman, the community lead for PWA Pilipinas. Um, so as mentioned as well, PWA Pilipinas is the community for progressive web app makers, designers, and users here in the Philippines. So if you wanted to learn more about our events, we do have a Facebook page, and we're also on Twitter. Just look for PWA Pilipinas, and we also have our website, pwapilipinas.org. So let's start. And magta-taglish na lang ako so you can better understand and, 'di ba? So we can be very much be comfortable. So for many career shifters like myself and also students, um, their entry point in the IT industry is web development because it is one of the easy, um, well, it's not entirely easy, but it's one of the easiest way to get into the IT industry. But still, many doesn't know where to begin, or they usually get lost because, as we all know, that the web is growing tremendously in the past few years. So here's what we're going to learn today. So we'll try to learn web development using a top-down approach. So, but first, what's that top-down and bottom-up approach I'm talking about? So let's look at the comments. So can you comment down what do you know about top-down or bottom-up? So I'm currently reading the comment section right here. Feel free to leave down if you know what's top-down or bottom-up, if you know. Okay, so while you're still typing, no, I will also give what are those. So, okay, Kyle Francis said it's like a roadmap. Okay, so in terms of sa top-down and bottom-up na approach, when you say top-down, diba, you would look at it from a higher perspective going towards diba, the bottom. So you're looking at things on a higher level, and you're also looking at the bigger picture. Pero pag bottom up naman, so you would start at the fundamental and basics. Tapos you would try to look at the smallest unit first before looking at the bigger picture. So parang pag top down, ano ba? You would look at let's say, a cake, for example. If you would look at it, it's a cake. It's, diba? But when you look at it from a bottom-up approach, you would try to first see, it has icing, it has, diba? It's made up of flour. So there's that. So, why top-down for web development? So, bakit tayo gagamit ng top-down na approach para dito? So, first is low barrier to entry. So, kailangan mo lang maging mapagmasid para maging successful sa web development kapag gumamit ka ng top-down. Tapos, it is also easy for us to know where to get back when we are lost. So, since nag-start ka nga looking at a bigger picture, or tinignan mo muna yung, di ba, yung kabuuan ng part na yun, in case na you get lost by learning the fundamentals, you can easily just go back to where you begin, and then you can, di ba, find your way. And then lastly, it allows you to have an organized learning. So, alam mo which goes where. So, for example, para saan ba tong puzzle piece na to? Para siya dito. So, that's why it's better if we learn top-down for web development. So, but hindi naman natin sinasabi na hindi ka dapat mag-start sa bottom up or mag-start ka sa basics. No? You can use both. But, no, you try to use top-down first. So, tignan mo muna yung kabuuan ng gusto mong aralin. For example, ito nga, web development. Ano muna kung ano yung ano niya, no, yung buong picture ng web development before ka pumunta sa pinaka-essential. Para pag, let's say, inaaral mo itong concept na to, pagbalik mo, di ba, dun like, ano bang ginawa ko? Oo nga pala, gumawa ng website. So, di ba, at the end, you can still use bottom-up, but use it to strengthen your foundational knowledge. Okay. So, wala nang arte-arte, sa sample na tayo agad. So, let's try yun nga, learning web development. So, ano bang usually na context natin pag sinabi nating web? So, ako, kunwari, wala akong kaalam-alam about web development, di ako programmer. Ano yung alam ko? So, una, ang alam ko dito ay, yun nga, no? Meron akong phone, meron akong laptop na ginagamit, tapos may browser, di ba? Nagagamit ka ng browser pag nagbubus ka ng website. Tapos, ano ba? Ano bang ginagawa sa browser? Di ba nag-open ka ng mga websites, mga web apps? Ano yung mga websites na yun? Facebook, Twitter, di ba? Wikipedia. Tapos, ano pang napapansin natin sa website? Siyempre, may mga picture siya, text, etc. So, di ba? So, yun, tinignan natin siya from a higher perspective. So, pag hinimay-himay na natin siya mamaya, kung nawala man tayo, para saan ba to? Alam na natin kung saan natin siya pwedeng balikan. Okay, so next is, yun nga, given na alam na natin na ang isang website ay nasa browser na binubuksan sa isang phone or sa isang laptop, yun naman, matuto tayo mag-search, mag-investigate, no? Maging curious tayo. So una, syempre, research natin, ano ba yung website? Tsaka magbasa tayo kung saan siya gawa at paano gumawa ng website. So, try natin yan ngayon. So, ayan, medyo laki natin. Ito tayo sa google.com. Okay. Ayan, so we're here na. So, let's try looking for, what's a website? So, what's a website? Ayan. Lakihan pa natin siya para makita natin. Yun. So, ang sabi pa lang dito, a set of related web pages located under a single domain name. Yun. So, ibig sabihin, mga ano pala siya, no? Mga pages siya. Tapos nakalagay siya sa isang domain name. So, tingnan natin, baka merong Wikipedia article para dito. Yun, lakihan natin para makita. Okay. Yun, no? Sabi niya, yun, nasa isang network daw siya. At nakalagay sa isang web server. Ano yung web server? Para siyang computer na nagsuserve nung ating website. Yun. So, syempre, ayun, nakita din natin, meron palang static website. Ay, static website. So, para siyang static lang. Ibig sabihin, walang gumagalaw. Tapos, ayun, nakita natin, no, na nakalagay sa kanya, no, na gawa siya sa HTML or Hypertext Markup Language, saka CSS, Cascading Style Sheet. Tapos, meron ding dynamic website. Pag dynamic website naman, sabi dito, yun, parang ano siya, no? Dynamic. Kumbaga, nag-iiba-iba yung laman. Yun. So, nasagot natin yung tanong, di ba, na what it's made of. So, saan siya gawa? Sa HTML, sa CSS, tsaka sa JavaScript. Pero ngayon, how do we make one? Ayun. So, search natin, no? So, pwede tayong gumawa ng website. So, how to make a website? May website. Dapat naging link. Google tayo. Ayun. How to make a website. Okay. Ayun. So, hahanap tayo ng hosting tsaka ng paggawa ng content. Pero pinabasa ko na pwede daw, ay meron daw mga web apps na pwedeng makatulong para makagawa tayo ng isang website. So, kung sakaling kailangan natin gumawa, pwede din natin gawin yun. Yun, so nagawa na natin yung first three, right? So first one is to research and then read, diba? What it's made of and how to make one. So after that, okay. So after nun, okay. So i-digest natin, no? Paano yung na-search natin? So una, no, ulitin ko lang na kakabasa natin, 'di ba? May domain name daw siya, parang www.name.com. So ano ba yung sample niyan? Facebook.com, Twitter.com, YouTube.com, 'di ba? Tapos, yun, naka-host daw siya sa isang shared na computer. So, ang tawag doon, server. Diba? Basa natin kanina. Tapos, meron ding dalawang klase ng website. So, meron tayong static, meron tayong dynamic na website. At saka, gawa yung isang website sa HTML at saka CSS. Tapos, pwede din gawing dynamic yung isang website, gaya na basa natin, gamit naman yung JavaScript. So, ayun, alam na natin agad, di ba? Okay. Usod na tayo sa isang page. Yun. So, from there, no, actually, you can stop here. So, if you only need to know, kailangan mo lang malaman kung ano ba yung tungkol sa website, ano ba yung mga website, ano ba yung web apps, ano yung HTML, pwede ka nang tumigil doon. Pero, kung medyo naging curious ka pa, bakit hindi natin i-try gumawa? Diba? So, dip your toes. So, let's try acting upon our curiosity. So, let's have a taste of what it's like to make a website. So, ayun. So, ang first one is to start making a website. Diba? So, syempre, hindi pa naman tayo magaling mag-code. So, let's try making one based on our capacity. So, ayun. May Google search tayong gagawin. So, create a website. Click tayo. Create a website. Zoom natin. So, ang dami nating makikitang tools, di ba? Ang daming tools. Yung iba may bayad, yung iba naman free. So, isa sa mga na-research ko from before na meron daw tool si Google na pwede natin gamitin para makagawa tayo ng isang simple na website or webpage. Yun. So, pwede natin gamitin yung Google Sites na feature ni Google. So, to open it, bubuksan na natin yung sites.google.com kung gusto niyo rin subukan sa inyong mga tahanan. Yan, kiklik lang natin tong blank. So, parang gumagawa ka lang ng Google Docs, di ba? Tapos nagiging web developer ka na din. So, subukan natin to. Ayan. Aba, website nga. So, sige, subukan natin lagyan ng laman. Ano ba? Lagyan na lang natin my Wednesday page. Since, di ba, collection siya ng web pages, yung isang website. So, ang gusto kong landing page, since ginawa ko siya today, is my Wednesday page. Tapos sa site name, gusto ko, ano ba lalagay natin? StackLeague na lang. Let's add StackLeague. Yun. Tapos, ayun, pwede tayong maglagay ng mga element. Medyo laki natin para mas makita natin. Ayun, no, pwede tayong maglagay ng mga text box. Yan, syempre. Let's try natin lagay yan. So, lagay tayo ng laman. A quick brown fox. Comes over the lazy dog, di ba? Lazy dog. So, ayun, nakakapaglagay na ako ng laman sa isang web page. Okay, nakakatuwa to. So, ayun pa, may iba pang mga tools. Pwede tayo maglagay ng YouTube video. Subukan nga natin. Ano gusto niyong video? Cat videos na lang. Ayan. Okay, so, ito na lang, kasi cute. Okay. Aha. Medyo lakihan natin. To gusto ko tong i-adjust ng konti. Oops. Ayan, medyo i-adjust natin yan. Di ba? 64. Medyo malaki. Gawin natin siyang 30. Ayun. Yan, gusto ko na yan. Pero may iba pa namang themes kung sakali. Okay. So, pwede ko na siyang i-publish. Ayun. Ay, private siya. Gawin natin public. Pwede pa ba siya? Yan. Pwede ko siyang gawing public. Ayun. O diba? Parang Google ano lang siya, Google Drive, Google Docs. So, pwede natin makita yung website natin. Tingnan nga natin. Ayun. So, may web page na ako. So, basically, di ba? Web developer na ako. Pero syempre, yan. So, medyo, kung okay na sa'yo yun, kung gagawa ka ng basic website, pwede na yun. Yun. May iba pa namang tools kung ayaw nyo ng Google Sites, may Squarespace, may Wix, may WordPress. Kung gusto nyo mag-vlog, no? Pero syempre, with web, alam natin pag web, di ba? Imagination natin yung limit. Syempre ako, minsan gusto ko na i-customize siya na may mga, ano ba gusto kong gawin? May mga GIF or GIF. Yan, kagaya, gusto maglagay ng ganyan. So, syempre, may limitation yung tools na nabanggit natin kanina. So, syempre, ano yung gagawin natin? Syempre, medyo aaralin natin kung paano siya i-code. So, kung okay na sa'yo, o sapat na sa'yo na mag-drag and drop, maglagay ng laman sa isang web page, pwede na doon sa Google Sites. Pero syempre, kung gusto mo pang matuto mag-code, yan, lalaglag na tayo sa isang rabbit hole. Diba? Kasi pag nag-start ka dito, syempre, may engganyo ka na kasi nakakatuwa mag-code, lalo na pag, diba, naggagawa natin yung gusto natin i-display sa isang website. Ayun. So, let's look at the internals na ng isang web page. Let's try digging deeper. So, first is, syempre, i-continue natin yung research natin about HTML, CSS, tsaka JavaScript. So, try natin yun, no? Para medyo may context tayo. Ano ba yung HTML, CSS, JavaScript na yan? Ano ba itsura niyan? Alam ko, may ganyan ako ng aking high school, for example. So, ano ba yung HTML? How to make lumpia ba to? So, syempre, search ka dyan. So, makita mo, di ba? Ay, HTML pala, hindi pala how to make lumpia. How to make hypertext markup language pala siya. So, yun, ano ba to? So, okay, alam kong markup language siya. Pero para saan to? Syempre, alam ko ng website, diba? Kasi nakita ko nga. Pero ito pala siya. Alam mo, sample dito. Hanap tayo ng sample. So, eto muna, nabasa ko. Ayan. Meron siyang markup. So, ay yung H1. So, para siyang may open bracket, may closing bracket siya. Sinalagay niya sa loob. So, meron din namang walang laman sa loob. Parang image. Tawag sa kanilang mga markup. Pero tingin tayo ng sample para lang ma-visualize natin ano ba yung gusto nating malaman tungkol sa HTML. So, yan, no? Siyempre, ang ating kaibigang si W3 Schools. So, siyempre, titingin ka dito dahil nga mapanuri ka. At, ayan, observant ka. So, siyempre, ayan, ito pala siya, no? Subukan natin magpalit ng laman nito. Kaya natin gawin. Siyempre, hello world. Nadalakin natin siya para makita niyo. Hello world. Ano? Ang maganda ngayon sa mga tools, pwede mo na silang subukan. So, try natin palitan. Ayun, pag H1 pala, no? Itong malaking text yung nagpabago. Paano kaya itong maliit? So, try din natin. Siyempre, a quick brown fox. Jumps over the lazy dog. Okay. Ito kaya, anong mangyayari? Ayun, nagbago siya, di ba? Ayan, no? Ang galing. Programmer na agad. So, yun. So, yun yung HTML. Ano naman tong sinasabi kong CSS? Tingnan na natin yan. CSS. Ibig sabihin ng CSS. Yan. So, sabi dito, cascading style sheet. So, ginagamit to siya para maging mas presentable yung isang web page. So, try kaya natin. Tingnan natin kung paano ba to. Ayun, ito yung example niya. So, meron tayong body, H1. So, di ba yung kanina H1, pwede pala yung lagyan ng color. Yun, galing. Siyempre, since hindi ko pa naman gustong gawing interactive, pwede nga ako mag-skip ng JavaScript. Pero tingnan na rin natin yung JavaScript. So, search natin. Ano ba yung JavaScript na yan? Kaya ba ito ng Java? Siyempre, hindi. Kapangalan lang. So, i-search natin yan sa, wala bang Wikipedia to? Sa Google tayo mag-search. Yun. JavaScript. Yun. Ito. So, medyo hindi ko siya maintindihan. Ano ba yung JS? JS pala yung, ano niya, no? Abbreviation niya. JS. So, ayun. Ginagamit siya para maging dynamic yung isang web page. So, ano itsura niya? Ayun, buti meron sample dito. Kaya lang may kahalo siyang HTML. So, di ba, nabasa natin na pag may ganito, parang bracket, ito ay HTML siya, di ba? So, ito yung JavaScript niya. Ayun, no? Ayun. So, medyo hindi, since aaralin ko pa lang siya, so, at least alam ko na kung ano yung itsura niya. Yun, so yun pala siya. So, let's spice things up na, no? Try natin mag-download ng template, HTML template. Tapos try natin isang, medyo laruin para mukha tayong coder ngayong event. Yan. So, syempre, try natin maghanap ng free muna. Free HTML templates. Since yun yung madalas na ginagamit for web page. So, ito, meron na akong ginagamit dito sa theme wagon. Theme wagon. Try natin yun. In price. In price free. Siyempre, free as in free ba to? So minsan meron tong mga parang copyright parang credits sa owner. Siyempre, pag may ganun, kailangan natin basahin. Minsan may kasama yata tong parang link. So subukan natin. Hanap tayo ng template na pwede natin gamitin. So, tingnan naman natin kung okay to. Ito parang maganda to eh. Naglo-load pa siya. Wow! Whoa! Okay. Mukhang okay to. May nagbabounce pa na animation. So, sige, let's try na gamitin natin to. Ayun, free download. Let's try. Ayun. So, ito siya, oh. Zip file. So, dapat may zip pang bukas kayo ng zip file. Ayun. Okay, so i-open na natin yung file. Parang gusto ko na makita ano ba. Ano itsura ng code nito? Siyempre nakita na natin kung ano itsura niya, di ba? Alam natin na HTML yung structure nito, di ba? Tapos may design siya, parang CSS, yan. So, tingnan natin kung ano yung laman ng folder. Paano pa natin ito mazoom? Pag-magnify ba tayo? Wala. Medyo laki na lang natin. Ayun siya. So, sana nakikita nyo, no? Hindi ko ba siyang i-zoom? Ayun. So, mas kita siguro siya pag ganito, no? So, merong HTML files. HTML files. Tapos meron ding forms. Anong laman ng forms? Meron PHP. Ano yung PHP file na to, no? So, syempre, ngayon, ang concern ko lang muna ay HTML. So, yun muna. Pero, syempre, pag may free time ako, pwede nyo din sa i-search yung PHP. Pero for now, HTML, CSS, JS muna tayo. So, meron ding CSS na folder, oh. Ayun, feeling ko dito nakalagay yung styles niyan. So, may JS din. Feeling ko dyan nakalagay yung script niyan para maging dynamic. So, tingnan natin, no? Try natin i-open itong folder na to sa code editor. So, kung naghanap kayo ng code editor, ayan, so hanap tayo ng code editor. Code editor. Ayun, pumukas yung VS Code. So, syempre, medyo meron tayong, dahil nga live to, meron tayong magic. Diba? Syempre, naka-install na siya sa akin. Parang cooking show. Ayan, hanapin natin siya. Visual Studio Code. Syempre, para makita nyo, lalakyan ko to. Okay, open tayo ng folder. Saan na yun? Downloads. Ito siya. So, open natin siya. Okay. Okay. Yes. Ayun. So, nakita natin, no? Merong HTML files. May assets. Ang assets, doon nakalagay yung mga ano niya, styles. So, styling niya, oh. Tapos, meron din siyang JS file. So, start tayo sa HTML file. So, ayan, no? Ito yung kanyang code. Ito yung kanyang HTML na code. So, subukan natin kayang palitan. So, tingnan natin yung ano niya, no? Paano natin siya bubuksan. Alam ko pwede itong i-double click. I-click lang natin itong index.html. Ayun siya, oh. Ayun. So, try nating palitan yung title. Gawin natin StackLeague yung title. Okay lang siguro, no? Okay lang yan. For testing. Yun. So, gawin natin siyang StackLeague. Parang pag pinalitan ko to, StackLeague. Yun. Ano kayong mangyayari? Siyempre, refresh natin siya. Ayun, naging StackLeague. Coder na tayo. Subukan na natin palitan. Ano bang pwede yung palitan natin dito? Siyempre, ito, pwede natin siyang hanapin. Saan kaya yun nakalagay? Siyempre, habang nakita ko tong code ko, nakita ko na may iba-iba din palang tags. Yung HTML, merong name, may section din, no? Merong H1. Ito ba yun? Better Solutions. Ayun. Subukan natin itong palitan. Yan. Try natin gano'n. Hello, ma, programmer na ako. Ayun. Tapos, refresh natin, no? Yung StackLeague. Hello, ma, programmer na ako. Yan, o, di ba? So, try natin palitan tong button. So, may button ba dito? Paano pag button? Meron ba dito? Hanap tayo ng kahit na anong button. Itong get started. Ayan. So, letter A pala. Pag link. Ayun, link siya. Subukan natin palitan. Itong get started. Yan. Ito tayo, visit Google. So, pag-click niya, mapupunta siya sa Google. So, palitan natin. Google.com. Okay, tapos save natin. Dapat madala ako sa Google nito, ha? Ayun! O, di ba? Ang galing, nakakatuwa pag yung, di ba, yung code, napapalitan mo, tapos, o, di ba? Programmer na tayo. So, ngayon, syempre, alam ko na, so syempre, yun nga, I want more and more and more. Syempre, ayun. So, ano ka na sa rabbit hole na yun, syempre, pag-search ka na, paano naman mag-CSS. So, pa natin yung CSS, no? Try natin gawin tong red. Bago tayo mag Q&A. Yun. Ito, no? Hello, mga programmer na ako. Gusto ko siyang gawing, ano ba? Ano maglagay ng style sa HTML. CSS style in HTML. Ayun, pwede daw to. Pwede siyang lagyan ito. So, subukan natin. Saan yun? Okay, paste natin yan. So, kung yung red daw to, yung color red siya. Talaga lang, ha? Okay. Aba, naging red. O, yan. O, di ba? Ang galing. So, ganun, no? Kagaya ng ibang curiosity nyo pa, curious kayo sa pagluluto, pwede nyo ding i-apply yung top-down process na parang ganun, no? Parang maging curious ka and then you add, diba? Parang mag-try mo mag-research and then subukan mo agad hanggang sa matuto ka. So, syempre, if gusto pang matuto, syempre, meron tayong event. So, kunwari, no? Ayan, kunwari tapos na yung webpage na ginawa ko. Gusto ko tong i-host sa isang website, sa isang, gusto ko siya makita ng iba, makita ng mga friends ko. So, kailangan ko siya ilagay sa isang server or cloud, di ba? Narinig natin yung cloud. So, meron kaming talk sa PWA Pilipinas sa March 19 yan kung paano natin ilalagay yung static website. Kasi baka kanina yung static website. So, paano natin siya ilalagay sa isang cloud storage? O, di ba? Segue. So, March 19, visit niyo lang yung aming Facebook page or sa Twitter or YouTube accounts namin para sa live stream na to. So, matututo naman tayo paano dalhin yung ginawa nating web page sa online. So, para makita ng mga friends, family natin yung ginawa natin. So, syempre, kung gusto pa natin mag-deep dive pa, so, may intro to PWA din kami ng March 26 naman to. So, nasa Facebook, Twitter, YouTube din namin yan. Ayun. So, few words before tayo mag-end. So, bakit ko ba to tinuro? Kung, diba, parang minsan obvious naman yung sinasabi ko. I'm saying na, diba, na, like, do this. Or you already know that. But, actually, it's quite rare to find someone or to find people that actually does this approach. And if you wanted to go higher sa corporate world, you needed skills, diba, to do more complex work. And you need the top-down approach kasi gagawa kayo ng mga decisions or magiging manager kayo or magkakaroon kayo ng senior na role and kailangan marunong kayo maging curious para makagawa kayo ng mga decisions na, diba, angkop para dun sa kailangan yung ipag-design. Yun. So, ano pa ba yung ibang recommended reads ko para dito? So, visit nyo yan, asana.com/resources/top-down approach. Yun. So, sakto 31 minutes. May questions ba tayo?
Yeah, so thank you very much, Mr. Andre,
Ano,
for that
nag-enjoy
very
kayo? Kasi nag-enjoy din ako.
informative. Yes, nag-enjoy po kami
Ay,
lahat.
may questions ba kayo?
Yeah, so we are now opening the floor for questions from our participants. I know all of us here are from various types of courses, that could be involved, that involve technology and have expressed in web development. So as a result, this is the most exciting part of our session tonight. So come on, can you ask questions in the comment section below? Okay, so for our first question, from Kevin Paul Almazan Zapanta, he asked, "What is best approach for creating personal profile website? Like, should I learn CSS, JS, or something?"
Use top-down approach. Yung ginawa natin kanina, diba? So, actually maganda yung top-down approach if you're a career shifter or talagang you do not have any prior context, talaga na very technical because you can use your previous experiences, diba? Like, kunwari, nag-Facebook ka, you know that it's website. So from there, you can use that to build what you wanted to do. So for example, gusto mong gumawa ng personal profile website mo. So you can use that path para malaman yun. So, like, eto na, ituloy mo lang tong ginawa natin activity right now. So, alam mo na yung HTML, CSS, JS part. So, pwede mo nang itry to create your own personal profile website using yung inaral natin kanina.
Yes, and I also agree, Mr. Andre, as you said before, di ba? Sabi mo, dip your toes, you take advantage of your curiosity. Even when it's personal profile website, you can still use top-down approach. So thank you, Kevin Paul, for your question. So we have another question from Cora Mercado. She asked, "What made you shift your career path? How did you find the career opportunities being from a different career background?"
Okay, so sa first question tayo, no, what made me shift my career path? Kasi dito sa IT industry, di ba, there's so much opportunities talaga, like everywhere. You just really need to, di ba, to really take that opportunity. Kasi it's really there and there's a community like PWA Pilipinas, like StackLeague, di ba, that really tries to improve everyone. So, ito yung maganda sa career path na to. Tapos, how did you find the career opportunities? Actually, ang maganda din sa IT industry is regardless of kung saan ka man nanggaling, like ako, I'm a biology graduate. So, na-welcome nila ako as long as I have the skills na kailangan for that diba, for that role. Yun.
Yes, and it does not matter kung anong course mo, but it's about your
Hmm.
curiosity, sir, right? Yeah, so thank you, Cora Mercado, for your question. So
Thank
another
you.
question from Glenly Santiago. He asked, meron po akong question, sir. Na-try niyo na po bang
Hmm.
gumawa ng website, sir, na mala fandom wiki site?
At dahil curious ako, lagi, yes. Oo naman. Pero ano siya, pero hindi siya like pang fandom, pero wiki site siya. Kasi di ba before nauso yung Wikipedia, so parang sabi ko, ay, parang gusto ko din gumawa ng ganun. So nakagawa naman ako. So yun.
Yes, so thank you, Mr. Glenly, for your question. Another question from Facebook from Ray Peña Jr. He asked, work in a company or work as a freelance web developer?
Yun yung maganda sa IT. Maraming options, options, options. So, kumbaga kung gusto mo na you want to stay at home, na hawak mo yung oras mo, pwede kang maging freelance web developer. Pero if you want the security ng isang company, pwede kang mag-work as a company. Diba? As long as you can do yung hinahanap from you, diba? It is very flexible. Yeah.
Yes, truly in IT industry po is everybody is welcome. So thank
Mm.
you, Mr. Ray Peña, for your question. Another question from Facebook from Karen So. She asked, "What do you prefer, laptop in web? What do you prefer, laptop in web development?"
Preferred na laptop. Hmm. Kung ano yung afford mo actually. Kasi ako nag-start ako to learn web development using a phone. Wala naman akong computer before. So, because I'm so curious talaga and interested, so yun, if there's a will, there's a way nga, di ba sabi? So, yun, if kaya mong bumili ng sobrang gandang computer, then go for it. If kaya mo na, di ba, yung budget lang, okay lang naman. If phone nga, ngayon, pwede na eh. So, parang ang question like lang ngayon is, ano ka ba? Parang go ka ba to learn? So, yun.
Yeah, so Miss Karen, whatever your preference is, you go for
Yes.
it. Yeah. So thank you for your question, Miss Karen. So from YouTube, from our YouTube viewers, yes, keep the questions coming. Uh, Loreto Gutierrez Jr. asked,
Yan
"Nice
si
info,
Loreto.
sir. Thanks for sharing the knowledge to us. My question is, how about learning the React? Is it applicable to top down in the top down approach?"
Yes naman, no? It's actually applicable to many technologies kahit sa React. So, yun nga, di ba, if curious ka to make a websites, gusto mo, narinig mo na buzzword yung React, so, yun, pwede kang mag-try, di ba, may mga sandbox online na pwede mong i-try. Tapos from there, di ba, pwede mo nang alamin yung bits and pieces ng React.
Yeah, so thank you, Mr. Loreto, for your question. Another question from Facebook. From Lander Niwas, he asked, "What is the best thing to do in dealing hackers on social media?"
Hmm. Siyempre, use strong password and no, try to, kasi, diba, try to limit what you post, diba? Kasi hackers, di naman talaga sila mapipigilan entirely. Pero if you try to only put, diba, what's hindi naman private info dun sa social media, I think that's still the best pa din.
Yeah, so thank you, Mr. Lander, for your helpful question. So from Facebook again, from John Rico Estaris, he asked, "What is the best way to understand and practice web development?"
What is the best way to understand? Um, by doing it actually. Diba?
Yeah.
By actually trying to make one. Yun.
Yes. Even in the IT industry, as a computer programmer myself, yes, you should really practice.
Yes.
Okay, thank you for your question, John Rico Estaris. From YouTube again, from Adel, she asked, "Do you find creating websites fun and exciting?"
Nag-enjoy tayo kanina, di ba? So, it can be fun and exciting, especially, di ba, if you're curious about it, di ba? If you're curious about it, then most likely it's exciting for you. If hindi, maybe you need to try to find other, di ba? Other things that you find fancy. Yun.
Yes, it also depends on your level of interest. So thank
Yes.
you, Miss Adel, for your question. From Facebook, from Joshua Arpila, he asked, what to do if you want to pursue this career path, but you already know that you can't make it because you know to yourself that you can't do this kind of stuffs.
Mhm. Parang existential yung question niya. But um, it starts with confidence and trusting yourself na kaya mo. And ako, din naman, sometimes, di ba, parang as career shifter, parang you always ask yourself, sapat ba ako? Or, di ba, parang kaya ko ba? There will always be questions na ganun. Pero, at the end of the day, if as long as you're having fun and you're up for the challenge, di ba, there's nothing you can't do. It's, parang ang mas importante is you trying to take the first step. Di ba? Because, di ba, parang if you, ano ba mas maganda? Parang mas okay na mag-fail ka than having regrets at the end. So, yeah.
Yes, it's much better if you try. Yeah, so thank you,
Yes.
Mr. Joshua, for your question. From Kevin Paul Almasan Sapanta again, he said, thank you for the answer. I was troubled for making one because I really had no idea to create one as it is mandatory for the current generation. So
Hmm.
thank you, Mr. Kevin, for your comment. Another from Facebook from Miss Jai Sotolombo. Is it compulsory to know different languages to develop complex website or applications?
Actually, ang what is most compulsory siguro is trying to, yun nga, top-down pa rin doon, no? Try to look at how the code is written. Kasi pare-pareho lang siya halos, nag-iiba lang yung syntax. So, try to understand yung logic, di ba, of that, of that language or application na gusto mo gawin. And then from there, yung mga languages may ano lang naman siya, parang specific requirements or specific way of writing. Pero at the end, they're all the same. They try to do something you want them to do. So yeah.
Yeah, so to Miss Jai, to what's more, kung ano yung mas napapadali
Hmm.
sa'yo. So thank you for your question, Miss Jai. From Facebook again, from John Teves, he asked, is it good po ba to learn both front end and back end? Or mas okay po na mag-focus lang sa isang field?
Nasa SEA, no? Parang yung kanina, di ba, sabi ko, if okay ka na ang gamit mo lang Google Sites, pwede na yun. Pero if gusto mo pa mag-deep dive into, kunwari gusto mag-front end, pwede din naman yun. So, nasa sayo yun actually. Kumbaga parang ang tanong ngayon is, are you game to learn front end or back end?
Yeah, so it really depends in each and one's curiosity about something. So thank you, Mr. Jan Teves, for your question. Another
Thank you.
question from Carl Ivan Lope. He asked how to make an impactful capstone project as a third year student right now, and some tips to be consistent being programmer.
Impactful capstone project. Makakatulong siguro kung try looking for problems around you that pwede mong gawan ng capstone. Tapos try to use that as an inspiration para dun sa magiging, di ba, magiging project mo. For sure marami dyan, di ba? Try asking your friends, yung barangay nyo, baka may kailangan pala sila na all these years masosolve pala if ginawa mo tong project na to. Tapos tips naman, no, para maging consistent sa pagiging programmer. Siguro ano ba? Try to balance siguro yung life. Kasi minsan parang, di ba, nakakatuwa na mag-program day and night. Pero it's healthy to balance din. Sometimes, di ba, na okay din na hindi mo lagi nakikita yung mahal mo, di ba, para ma-miss mo. So, para maging consistent ka, dapat parang balance yon. Na minsan nakita mo, minsan hindi mo nakita. Lagi kang excited pag ginagawa mo yun.
Indeed. So, fighting, Carl, kaya mo yan. So, from Julia Pugo, she asked, what programming language do you prefer to use?
Personally, no ngayon. JavaScript. Dati meron akong anxiety doon, pero yun, naging curious lang din ako, kaya yun yung lagi kong ginagamit. And flexible kasi siya, so pwede mo siyang gamitin sa paggawa ng website, pwede mo din siyang gamitin sa paggawa ng back-end na. So, isa na yung aaralin mo.
Yeah, so thank you, Miss Julia Pugo, for your question. From YouTube again, from Coded by Mitch. Any motivational tips for the aspiring web developers?
Motivational tips. Gawa na tayo website. Gawa ka na. Download ka na ng template. Mag-code ka na ngayon. Start now.
Yes. Tama, gawa na agad. Thank you, Miss Coded by Mitch, for your question. From Facebook again, from Docs Jacob. What was the best web hosting service you have used?
Meron ba? Pwede mo magsabi. Kami, siguro parang na lang mo, sa PWA Pilipinas na lang mo. We use Google na yung Firebase kasi madali mag-deploy sa kanya. So kung gusto niyo mabilis na makapag-up ng isang website na dynamic, kasi meron siyang database na may database na siya, may hosting na siya, may pang-authentication na siya. So doon kami yun yung hosting namin.
Yeah, so thank you, Dux Jacob, for your question. Another question from the great Kaido from YouTube. What is the most beginner-friendly web developer language?
Kasi sa web dev, as in, sure na yung HTML. So, beginner-friendly JavaScript. Yun. Basta, yun lang naman lagi yun HTML or JavaScript or CSS.
Yes. Thank you, Miss the Great Kaido, for your question. From Alan DC Camarines. He asked, ko po, aside from Visual Studio, ano po maire-recommend nyo po na editor para po sa mga beginners?
Yun ang pinaka-recommended actually, yung Visual Studio Code. Pero kung gusto mo ng mas madaling install, meron tayong Sublime. Though may bayad yun. Pero may free version naman sila. So, yun. Minsan Sublime, text. Yun.
Okay. Thank you, Alan, for your question. From megabytes.com.ph. How do you handle pressure on clients who always have revisions on a website? Have you experienced one, and what can you advise in that situation?
Since di naman ako directly nag-handle ng clients, siguro it's just thinking positively na, 'di ba? Siguro how to handle yun nga, to try to have a positive mindset about it. And yun, if naka-experience kayo ng ganon, try to set limits, 'di ba? Always try to set limits na ito yung napag-agreehan natin from the contract, ganon, if may contract kayo. So, yun, just stay on yung napag-usapan niyo. Yun.
Yes, indeed. Thank you megabytes.com.ph for your question. For our next question is from Jen Sasota. She asked, what do you think will be the biggest trends in future web development?
Biggest trends in future web development, progressive web apps. Yan. Syempre. So, if gusto niyo matuto about progressive web apps, yun. Follow niyo lang kami sa PWA Pilipinas kasi yun yung future ng web development. Bakit siya future? Kasi, di ba, maraming mga apps ngayon. So, ito na. So, if marunong ka mag-web development, pag marunong ka na rin gumawa ng PWAs, parang ka na rin app developer na din. Yun.
Yes. And indeed, truly technology is broadening nowadays, and it's changing through the years. So thank you, Miss Krista, for your thank you, Miss Jen Sasota, for your question. So from YouTube again, she asked, Krista Villaroman, what are some certifications that can help us in our career as a web developer or programmer?
Hmm, meron ba? Meron maraming certifications, though depende kasi yun sa technology. In terms of, if programmer, meron tayong mga cloud certifications na pwede mo i-take kasi ngayon hindi na pwedeng ano lang like as software lang. Ngayon kailangan cloud ready ka na as a programmer. So definitely yung mga certifications for cloud is very helpful.
Yes, and there are also many seminars about web developing nowadays. So thank you, Miss Krista, for your question. From Matt Marquez, he asked, with web development, what are the steps to develop a full-fledged e- e-commerce application like Shopee, Lazada, or Amazon, aside from starting from the front end and a basic back end?
Mm. So yun, pwede mo yung i-search how to create. Pero you also need to consider na, 'di ba? Yun, yung database kasi dynamic 'yan, 'di ba? So if it's dynamic, you have to think about your database, kung saan mo i-store yung images, 'di ba? Yung payment integrator mo who would handle your payments. Ayun, so you need to ano pa, kailangan pa maging mas curious pa
Hmm.
for this one.
Yes, we all should learn more. Okay.
Mm.
So thank you, Matt Marquez, for your question. From Joshua de Guzman, he asked, which is better as a career po? Front-end developer or back-end developer po?
Maganda kung both. Pero ano naman, kung ano yung mas, ano ba, mas preferred mo. Siyempre, alam, di ba, kumbaga kung ano yung pinaka-comfortable sa'yo, kasi if pipili ka ng job na hindi ka masaya, hindi yun better. Di ba? So, kung ano yung best for you, yun yung definitely better.
Yeah, so thank you, Mr. Joshua de Guzman, for your question. So, for our second to the last question from Cyril Valejos Domingo, she asked, any recommendations po ba on what front-end programming languages na pwedeng simulan na pag-aralan ngayon na on-demand by most IT businesses today?
Ngayon, for front-end, Node.js, JavaScript din naman yun. So, JavaScript. So, JavaScript or Node.js. Yun.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Cyril, for your question. And for our last question from John Carlo. For programming students that doesn't have laptop or PC as a tool to do programming, what mobile applications could you refer to us to use as a tool for programming?
Yan. So, if naka-Android kayo, yan, merong tayong mga code editors na available sa Play Store. Meron ding mga web servers na pwede tayong i-install. Tapos, ang recommended ko is, yun nga, mag-install din kayo ng Termux. So, para siyang Linux na shell. So, if gusto niyo matuto kung paano mag-Git, ganun. So, pwede niyo gamitin yun. Pwede yung install yun sa phone. Tapos, makakapag-code kayo, makakapag-deploy kayo sa server. Yun.
All right. So that's it for our Q&A session. Thank you to everyone for your questions, and thank you, Mr. Andre, for answering our participants' questions, and of course for that very insightful presentation. So before we go to announcement, I just want to quote what Mr. Andre said kanina. He said, dip your toes, act upon your curiosity. And with web, imagination is your limit. So thank you, Miss Andre. Yes, all right. So everyone, I know we have learned something in tonight's session. And thank you, Mr. Andre, for that really very insightful presentation. So let's go to our announcement. So here are the upcoming Stack League events for March. So Stack League Byte Admutech session, building a minimum viable product on March 23, Wednesday at 6 p.m. On March 24, is StackLeague Microsoft Tech Session Cloud 101 at 6 p.m. Next is StackLeague Draper Startup House Future Economy in the Metaverse and Why It Matters in the Philippines on March 30, Wednesday at 6 p.m. Next is on March 31st, there is StackLeague Recruit Day Career Session Women Tech Thursday at 6 p.m. So truly there are a lot of plenty of opportunities for you to learn here in Stack League. So go to fb.com/stackleague/events for the registration details and get the latest updates. So Stack League Ambassador for March is now open and accepting entries. You can now earn your ambassador points now. Visit bit.ly/Stack League Ambassador 2022. Also, make sure to earn league points to unlock the challenger levels and receive the prizes. So that's all for our announcement this March. Thank you everyone for joining the Stack League PWA Pilipinas Learning Web Development Top Down. And if you don't have a Stack League account yet, make sure to sign up now at stackleague.com. And of course, invite your friends and family who you think should be part of the league. See you guys at the next Stack League event. Good night, everyone.